Is this controller, the Pioneer DJ FLX 4, still a worthwhile purchase in 2024 as we move into 2025? That is the question we are answering today. Let's get straight into it. Now, if you have come across my channel before, you will probably know that I have done a ton of videos focusing on the DDJ FLX 4. If you are interested in any of those or learning how to use it, then I will leave a link to the playlist down below. And I'll make it no secret that I am a massive fan of this particular controller. I feel like if you're starting out as a DJ, it packs in all of the features you could possibly want to get started and more. I think if you're a DJ that wants a backup device, something to, bring out if your main primary device fails at a gig, it's small enough, it's compact enough, and it will do the job to see you through very, very well. Yes, the build quality isn't amazing. I'm not going to say to you it's fantastically well built, but I feel like for this price point and in the grand scheme of DJing equipment, it's pretty affordable, okay? And that's in comparison to other DJ equipment that is on the market. And Pioneer DJ, Alpha Theta, whatever you really know them as, they do market themselves as a premium brand. So I feel like for this price point, you're just not gonna do much better in terms of build quality. I have seen a few people actually that have commented on my previous videos on the FLX 4 saying they've bought it and certain buttons don't work, or something's gone wrong with it very, very quickly. And if that is you and you're watching this video, send it back to them and they should replace it. Like here in the UK, you get 28 days to replace a faulty item as long as you've got a receipt. So do just send it back to the manufacturer and they'll probably issue you with a new one. I was pretty lucky in that this works absolutely perfectly. I've got friends down the road from here that have one of these and it works perfectly. So I think these cases are few and far between. In answer to the title of this video, is this still a worthwhile purchase in 2024 and as we move into 2025? The answer is yes. If you're here for the answer and that's it, then yes, stop the video and move on to the next one. Now let's get into some of my reasons why I think this is still a good purchase. First and foremost, let's look at Pioneer DJ Alpha Theta's track record. The predecessor to this device, which was the Pioneer DJ DDJ-400, came out in 2018, and we got this 4 years later in 2022. So we're probably still around a year to 2 years away from an update to this device. And even if we got an update to this next week, next month, okay, if I look at the hardware unlocked devices on Rekordbox, the website at the moment, I can see that the Pioneer DDJ-400 is still a supported device 6 years after its original release. So this device, in terms of support, if I'm going to guess, and this is my guess because I don't work for Alpha Theta or Pioneer, I would say that even if we got an update to this device next week, next month, this is still going to be supported by Alpha Theta or Pioneer long into the future. And even if this suddenly stops getting supported, just don't update Rekordbox. Like, for example, I don't like Rekordbox 7. I actually find it very, very difficult to use. The new menu system, I don't like it. So I actually still have Rekordbox 6 installed on my laptop. I still use that and it still works. Before we continue with this video, a couple of quick questions for you. Do you like to make DJ mixes, either to post online or to share with venues? Do you like to make mashups, bootlegs, or edits for your DJ sets? If the answer is yes to any of the above, then check out DJ.studio. I've come across DJ.studio fairly recently, and in my opinion, it's an absolute game changer for making DJ mixes and edits. It utilizes the latest in AI and complex algorithms to really enable you to work smarter and not harder, and ultimately saves you a load of time. I've made a couple of videos on the channel, so check those out if you want further detail and further information, or check out my link in the description down below. And if you type Karl Thomas in at checkout, if you decide to purchase, then you get yourself a little discount. DJ.studio are not paying me to say any of this, nor is this a sponsored video. In fact, I pay for DJ.studio out of my own money. It is my genuine thoughts on the platform. So do check them out. And now back to the video. Second reason this is still a good purchase is the comparison of this to the predecessor, the DDJ-400. Yes, we have got the addition of the smart fader. The DDJ-400 doesn't have that. Yes, we've got the addition of smart color effects. The DDJ-400 doesn't have that. Bluetooth and also USB-C outputs. Apart from that, this is still a DDJ-400 pretty much. The look and feel of it is largely the same. Yes, the lights are a slightly different color. It's got rounded corners. It's a slightly different sort of overall color, and it's got more of a matte finish versus a bit more of a shiny finish. But the upgrades to this, apart from the bits I've mentioned, are largely cosmetic. And I feel like at this price point, unless they introduce some brand new revolutionary feature, I just can't see there being a massive overhaul on this device. So I do think the next iteration of it'll probably be badged as Alpha Theta. It'll probably introduce some new sort of fun features. But in terms of the fundamentals and the learning of how to DJ and mixing one track into another, I do think that's going to be the same. I do think we might see the shift of the performance pads. Maybe that's going to move up the top somehow. Pioneer Alpha Theta seem to be very confused with that. Obviously, we've got the Groove 6 that has them there. The Opus Quad has them there, but the new AZ that's come out recently has them still down here. So apart from that, and some other design tweaks, I really can't think of, and yes, I'm not the creative department at Alpha Theta, but I can't really think of how else you could update or upgrade this device to include even more features. And even if you were going to include some more features, of course, it's reliant on the laptop. So are you going to have to, pay for Rekordbox in order to use those new features? And then my final reason as to why this is a worthwhile purchase in 2024 going into 2025, this still has the industry standard layout that we all know and love. If you buy one of these, you learn on it for a year, then upgrade to another Pioneer or Alpha Theta device, you are going to have no problem in transitioning. Even if you transition from this onto CDJs, yes, the performance pads or the hot cues are in a slightly different location, but you are going to be able to adapt very, very quickly. And from the latest releases that Alpha Theta are coming out with, so the AZ and also as well the Groove 6, yes, they have got a few different tools on it, but the industry standard layout still remains, and it's still pretty obvious that that industry standard layout is going nowhere. So in terms of a future-proof design overall, in terms of the club standard and the way to DJ, this still has it as we move into 2025. Hope you found this video useful. Please do give me a thumbs up. If you have made it this far, please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one.